Why do 90% of smart students fail basic English exams? It's not because they don't study. Think you know English? Let's find out. Look at this sentence. The fast runner ran fast during the fast. The word fast appears 3 times. But here is the trap that ruins 90% of test scores. It is a completely different part of speech every single time. If you think it's just an adjective, congratulations, you just failed the test. In this video, we aren't going to give you boring textbook definitions you'll forget in 5 minutes. We are uncovering the hidden psychological traps examiners use to trick you, the core rules of the 8 parts of speech, and the exact strategies you in. Let's start with the foundation, nouns. You were probably taught that a noun is a person, place, or thing. Easy, right? Wrong. That's exactly how examiners trap you. They love abstract nouns, things you can't touch, see, or smell. Words like love, gravity, chaos, fear, or justice. On a test, they will sneak an abstract noun into a sentence, and your brain will mistake it for a verb or an adjective because it's an action or a feeling. Remember, if you can have more of it, or put the word the in front. Now meet the stunt double, the pronoun. Pronouns step in so you don't sound like a broken record. Instead of saying, John took John's dog to John's yard, but here is the John took his dog to his yard. And demonstrative pronouns. Words like this, that, which, and who. Look at this, this is my book versus this book is mine. In the first sentence, this is a pronoun. I. In the second, it's an adjective modifying the book. If you can't spot that difference, you're scored. If nouns are the actors, verbs are the action. No sentence can exist without a verb. It's the engine of the language. Everyone spots action verbs like run, jump, or write. But test makers love state of being verbs, also known as linking verbs. Is, am, are, was, were, become, seem. In the sentence she seems tired, seems is the verb. It's not an action. Now, enter the shadow, the adverb. Adverbs are the ultimate shapeshifters. Most people think adverbs just end in "ly" and describe verbs, like he ran quickly. But adverbs are greedy. They don't just modify verbs. They can modify adjectives and even other adverbs. Take a look at this sentence. The shockingly fast runner ran incredibly quickly. Shockingly modifies the adjective fast. Incredibly modifies the adverb quickly. If you see a word answering the questions how, when, where, or to what extent, it is an adverb. Let's talk about the decorators of English, adjectives. Their entire job is to give flavor to nouns and pronouns. They tell you which one, what kind, or how many. In the phrase, the ancient, moss-covered castle, ancient and moss-covered are describing the noun. Easy. But here is the trap that ruins test scores worldwide, the proper adjective and noun adjectives. Look at the word gold. It's a noun, right? A shiny metal. But what about in the phrase gold ring? Because it describes the ring, gold magically becomes an adjective. Test papers are packed with words changing roles like this to trick you into. Now we reach the glue of the English language. Without these, your sentences would just be a random pile of words. First up, prepositions. They show relationships in time, space, or direction. Think of prepositions as anything a squirrel or a cat can do to a tree or a box. In the box, under the box, through the box, after the meeting. Then we have conjunctions, the ultimate bridge builders. They connect words, phrases, or entire thoughts. You probably know the coordinating conjunctions by the acronym fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. But test love subordinating conjunctions like because, although, since, and while. They create a dependency, turning a confident statement into a cliffhanger. Because he studied. Well, what happened? They test your ability to see how these words. Time to put your brain to the test. Let's see if you can avoid the traps we just talked about. Look at this sentence carefully. Although she felt quite tired, she worked late to finish the project. I want you to identify the parts of speech for these 3 words, although, quite, and late. Pause the video right now, type your answers in the comments below, and don't cheat by looking at what others wrote. I will heart the correct answers. Let's see who has been paying attention. I'll give you 3 seconds. Ready? Here are the answers. Although is a conjunction. Quite is an adverb modifying tired. And late is an adverb modifying verb. If you got all three right, you are in the top 10%. As promised, here is the ultimate cheat code to master parts of speech forever. Never look at a word by itself. A word has no fixed identity until you see what it is doing in the sentence. Ask yourself these three questions. Is it naming something? Noun. Is it doing something? Verb. Is it describing something? If it's describing an object, it's an adjective. If it's describing an action or another description, it's an adverb. Mastering this doesn't just pass tests, it completely changes how you write, speak, and present yourself to the world. If this breakdown made grammar finally click for you, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. We are dropping deep dive videos every single week to help you dominate your English goals. If you want to test your vocabulary traps next, click on the video appearing on your screen right now. Drop a comment letting me know which part of speech always trips you up. See you in the next video.